So as soon as you covered the City thing, I'll check maybe some of the rotation goalkeepers over to Kurt. Kurt, are you a rotation goalkeeper kind of guy, or are you a set and forget?
It depends. I think the last 2 seasons I've gone 2 different ways. I think last season I was trying to rotate it just because there was a few at the start of the season there was a few decent looking 4.5 million goalkeepers, and if you can keep the cost down low further back in your team, the idea is that you can have more up front, which is quite liked about that. But I think the season before that I had Petr Cech, who I believe, I have it up on my screen, he ended up getting a silly amount of clean sheets, and I kept him. Oh no, sorry. Season before that, he got 16 clean sheets, 159 points, and it's just about picking your players. I think if you get the right players, so you're thinking Fabianski, I think would have to be one. It could be good, but I'm sort of 50-50 on it now because I had a decent season picking my keepers. I had a decent season with the sort of set and forget. And if you think you're willing to spend 6 million on someone like David De Gea, chuck him in the team, and then before you know it, he'll just every other game you're expecting a clean sheet, or at least once every 3 games you're going to get a clean sheet, because he ended up with sort of 17, 18, I think, last season. So if you're willing to spend that money, you'll get the rewards. But if you want to have more money up top, I'd say probably go for the rotation theory.
I picked out a couple, just check them out there. Pickford and Foster rotate well for 9.5 mil. McCarthy and Schmeichel or Pope, they both work quite well together for 9.5. McCarthy and Fabianski for 9 million, and Fabianski and Begovic for 9 million. So they have like a good run of games that you could like rotate. So what do you think on either of those, Jay? Any thoughts?
I've always been a rotation guy, but I like to spend as little on my goalkeepers as possible. So I'm trying to find the goalkeeper that can get the save points for 4.5 million. So at the moment, I think I've got Fabianski and Foster, just because for at least the early stages of the season, they do rotate well. Then, of course, if I'm playing a wildcard quite early, then I can always change that. But for me, I'm really getting like lured into this whole set and forget, just because I think then you can just don't worry about it for the rest of the season. I saw the points people got with David De Gea last season. By the time I thought it might be a good idea to jump on that ship, he was too expensive. So it will either be 4.5 and 4.5 for me, or I'll be going for a 5.5. And then if there's a 4 million backup behind a 5.5, then that'll probably be the one I'd go for.
Yeah, I'm definitely a set and forget kind of gal, to be honest. I just tried the whole budget keepers before one season, and I drove myself nuts because I'd put a keeper in a good fixture one game and the other one get a clean sheet. Vice versa. I just kept missing the points, and I thought I just can't be doing with this. I'll just spend the money, chuck De Gea in, sorted. So, but at the moment, I'm actually flirting with the idea of going with Edison rather than De Gea at the moment. That's just me personally. I really liked the look of Edison last season. De Gea might not have his usual defence in front of him at the start of this season. So yeah, just some thoughts there.